Assuming the economy is on the mend or you've just tightened your belt to adjust, what direction do you take with the money you're saving? Private wealth advisor Saul Simon joins us now with some advice. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk about making a plan. Back to school, we talk about September, but I guess the same could apply to parents who are now getting back to basics.
Yeah, you know, what I tell clients is at the age of 5 or 6, we've learned to prepare ourselves for a new school year. So we're prepared to start fresh. So very often I say to people, what were you trying to accomplish? Very often in January we write down these goals, and very often they don't come to fruition. So it's an opportunity to start fresh. Let's take a look at where am I financially? What am I trying to accomplish? We have 4 months left before the end of the year. And as we're sitting down with our children, helping them with homework, maybe there's an opportunity to help ourselves. Are we saving enough money for retirement? Are we putting aside money for college? And Simon says, I've always said this, pay yourself first. It's not going to happen by itself.
So that involves then planning also for taxes for the next year. If we start in September, we can do some planning that'll save us money down the road.
Absolutely. You know, very often we receive raises or we have car payments come to an end. And when money comes into our pocket, we tend to spend it, and we look back and say, where did this money go?
Where did it go?
Exactly. So very often I just say, let's allocate that money very quickly. Let's increase contributions to our 401k plan, which does help in lowering our taxable income. Let's also look at asset allocation of our retirement plan. Times have changed. We need to look at broader diversification of our investments with regards to stocks, bonds, cash, but also alternative investments like maybe something called a REIT, a real estate investment trust, or people allocating some money toward precious metals.
Right. And these aren't just for wealthy people. These are things that middle class folks and working class people can invest in, starting with just a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to complete that, if my car payment of $300 now has ended, well, let's get that money into a savings program. Because before you know it, it's going to disappear, and you're going to look back and say, where did my money go?
Right. You talked about starting with a balance sheet. What's that?
Yeah, a balance sheet is basically looking at your assets and subtracting your debt, your liabilities, your mortgage, your credit card debt, any type of maybe school loans. Maybe we have viewers that are looking at and they're starting out and they have all these loans. So we want to look at a balance sheet as to our assets minus our debts, to determine what our net worth is. And then I go back to looking at our goals, which is, what do I want to accomplish? Did I want to lower my debt? Did I want to increase my savings? And where do I want to go? And by the way, what happened in the past happened, and here's an opportunity to start fresh. So don't make yourself wrong. Every day is a new day, and very often we need to put off short-term gratification for our longer-term goals. And that doesn't only have to apply to money. It could apply to our health and our well-being, physical exercise and diet.
And that applies to what you call determining what's important.
Yeah.
I would imagine there are little things we do on a day-to-day basis that can save a little dough over the long term. The Starbucks coffees, or the going out to lunch, or any number of little things that we kind of toss off.
I still have a real problem spending $4 for a cup of coffee. I mean, that's just my thing. But there are goals that, if they're important to you, sometimes you could put off, or maybe you don't necessarily need something new at the mall to purchase. Or maybe there's other locations and stores that we can purchase items at for our children who we love and want to provide for at a different location. You got to remember, I mean, I have 2 children and they're growing in spurts. So the time I buy something for my child, 3 to 6 months, they're going to outgrow those clothing items. So maybe there's a way of me being able to shop a little bit more efficiently or effectively that allows my family and I to accomplish some of the bigger goals that we're trying to do for our own well-being.
That makes sense. And of course for your extended family as well, those who have grandparents, uncles and aunts, or cousins living in a house. That becomes a part of the big picture.
That's right. And I also say, I just opened up a bank account for my son. and he's going to be 11, so he clarifies that he's 10. And I said, you know, we need to put this money into a bank account to save money, because he's right now in a fad of wanting sneakers.
Right.
Really cool sneakers. And how many pairs of sneakers does a child need?
Yeah. I think the newest pair of LeBron Air LeBrons or whatever, it's about $300 a pair. That's pretty outrageous.
I don't have that kind of money to buy sneakers for my son. That's right.
Well, let's get back to how people get involved in the saving mindset. I read something interesting that said if you just start saving $1 a day, put it in a something.
Piggy bank.
Piggy bank.
Yeah, and create a game out of it.
Exactly.
Create a game out of it. You know, like maybe all the children, and you know, the kids going out to sell a lemonade stand, but you know, if we're able to create these habits, and I'm a big advocate of pay yourself first. That when we realize that cash is in our pocket, it does disappear. So maybe we pack a lunch, or maybe we don't go out to dinner that frequently, or maybe we have friends over, and I think it's called like a pot dinner, where everybody brings something to eat, and we all as a team enjoy each other. And let's get back to basics.
Right.
Let's play a card game. Let's play a game in the house. Charades. These are opportunities to save money, and it's an opportunity to teach our friends what's important.
All about money-saving habits. Saul Simon, always a pleasure. We'll look to have you again soon.
Thanks for having me.